Competent teachers know that to be successful, there must be a close connection between instruction and assessment. This is to achieve an effective classroom instruction. As we teach, we are using various assessment tools to gauge or measure the learnings of our students and also to cater their needs. These three types of assessments are the pre-assessment, formative assessment, and summative assessment. Pre-assessment is used to collect information about students before a lesson, to determine the readiness level of students, and to inform instruction. Formative assessment is an assessment that gathers information about student learning during instruction. It is used to track students' progress and to make changes to teaching methodologies. Summative assessment shows evidence of what students have learned at the end of the lesson. According to Fisher and Frey, formative assessments are ongoing assessments, observations, summaries, and reviews that inform teacher instruction and provide students feedback on a daily basis. Formative assessments are used to check for understanding of student learning and to make plans and modifications about ongoing and future instruction. The objective of formative assessment is basically to close the gap between current and desired performance. The feedback can be used by teachers to improve their teaching strategies and for students to improve their academic performance in school. Formative assessment is more diagnostic than evaluative. It is used to monitor student learning styles and abilities, to provide ongoing feedback and allow educators to improve and adjust their teaching methods, and for students to improve their learning. Formative assessments are used to check for understanding of student learning and to make plans and modifications about ongoing and future instruction. The objective of formative assessment is basically to close the gap between current and desired performance. The feedback can be used by teachers to improve their teaching strategies and for students to improve their academic performance in school. Teachers discover through formative assessment the following. First, we have the capacity of the students to learn. We all know that students differ a lot in their motivation, prior knowledge, and skills, learning styles, multiple intelligences, interests, and backgrounds. To tap each student's potential, teachers need to value each student as an individual capable of making progress. Next, we have stock knowledge of students. It is important for the teachers to figure out what the students really know. From this point, an appropriate strategy may be applied to improve students' performance. Third, we have needed information and skills that need to be learned. Teachers may provide additional learning opportunities for their students to enhance their knowledge and skills by providing meaningful learning materials and hands-on activities. And lastly, effectiveness of the learning opportunities they provide for students. Good feedback practice can not only provide useful information to the students in improving their learning, but also it can offer important information to teachers if they will continue with their methods of teaching or do some modifications in the delivery of the subject matter. Teachers need to determine what aspect of student learning they want to measure. Profiling of students can be done to identify the learning preferences and learning styles of their students. Formative assessment strategies can be administered to students individually, in groups, or in a class. Teachers should not rely on one type of assessment strategy. A variety of individual and group formative assessment strategies should be used. The assessment information may identify the strengths and weaknesses of the students. In this way, proper instructional assistance may be given to them by their teachers. For students who are struggling, teachers may need to work individually with a student and use other instructional strategy. Students who have appeared to master the concepts may need to be further assessed or provided with other learning opportunities. Assessment information helps students develop a stronger understanding of their own academic strengths and weaknesses. This can help them take greater responsibility over their new learning and academic progress. When students know what they do well and what they need to work harder on. The information provided by formative assessment strategies can also be used to help students reflect on current learning goals or set new goals.
If you're trying to figure out which digital tool you can use as teachers under the new normal, consider the following things first. 1. The experience of the students in taking the quiz after using this digital tool or educational app. Another factor to consider is the availability of real-time scoreboard. Remember, we are catering Generation Z and Alpha generation, and they are visual, highly visual. So we have to consider whether this digital tool provides for the functionality of being able to insert or integrate pictures from your photo library or from downloaded from Google, and if there are also other options like memes or sounds or music, and if the digital tool is highly gamified, where we can really engage our students and sustain their interest even in taking this formative assessment. Another factor to consider is the availability of various types of questions that you can ask to your students. Quizzes, Socrative, and other digital tools available online make use of the true or false, multiple choice, short answers or essay, and teachers can even conduct polling. You can see the different functionalities and other option buttons available for teachers to utilize. Another factor is if the teachers can easily download the reports showing the results of the test that was administered. This can provide meaningful data for teachers to keep track of the students' growth and progress. So in Socrative, for example, you can easily download the results in Excel format. Quizzes will also provide the teachers formats of the results in Excel, and you can even email the results to parents. And last, innovative features in sustaining the interest of the users, and if there are options that can make the digital app easily integrated with other platforms. So how do we assess learning under the new normal using digital tools or apps? To meet the learning needs of our students, they should recognize and value the learning process, not just the outcomes. Remember, as Ma'am Joy discussed, formative assessment is an essential part of the learning process. Under the new normal, we need to explore these digital tools that can help support this process. Here are some of the features of these smartphone applications that can help you in your online classes. the thinking